Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. So Navy's offense will have the football first. Redemption might be on their mind as they took a whipping the last time these two squared off.
They sure did, Reese, and their best players made a lot of mistakes the last time, especially on offense. David, it's really important in this one. The stars have to play like stars. They got to stat it up, and they got to start fighting.
They got to remember what happened. They got to remember the celebration, the on-field antics, the social media, all of it came with it. The embarrassment of last time. So, yes, the big players, they got to play big, especially in these rivalry games.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Quarterback will keep it. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pick up there.
And it's not sexy, and it's not these long plays all the time. But this QB does such a good job of picking up 4 to 5 and making it where you're always ahead of the sticks and just letting you know, we'll run it.
Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. Navy will have to punt it away. Slips through the line. The speed, the shiftiness, the elusiveness, all on display in this sweet return there. So the Notre Dame Fighting Irish offense comes out first time they've had the ball today. Nico Iamaleava, he threw for 5 touchdowns and a victory last time out. This offense has it with really good field position. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Mobley. He is wrestled down at the 17-yard line. They've got a first down in the red zone. Notre Dame now operating in the red zone. Looking for a gap. It's Young. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points. Going to work on second down in the red zone and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Here's Iamaleava to throw. Caught. He gets it in. Touchdown, Notre Dame.
That touchdown just got this whole place going. You got everybody doing the Irish jig. Touchdown, Jesus is happy. You got the leprechaun, he's dancing. The energy in this place right now is on another level after that score. No wonder this is such a tough place to come in and try to get a win on the road.
On the run from inside his own 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Midshipmen will get things going here on offense. They went 3 and out on their first possession. Now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Now the toss. Stop right there.
That just looked off. The timing, the rhythm, I don't know what it was, but usually that option, man, it's so precise, right? Like, really quickly making a read, and you could tell they weren't on the same page. It went absolutely nowhere. Defense won that one.
Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27. The Volley cheers going on high, and here comes the Thunder being shaken down on third down. Dropping back, it's Hartman. Look out! Just a short pass to the tight end. He gets it out to the 28-yard line, not enough to pick up the first down. Navy will have to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. On the return. Makes a move. Man, oh man, did that coverage team have its hands full. Well, not full because they didn't get a hand on him for quite a while. Great return there. Throwing, Iamaleava. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Pressure affects quarterbacks, and this guy's one of the best in the nation. I don't care how talented you are, but if you're being hit, you're not going to throw completions.
Looking for space. It's Mobley. Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one. They'll try to move the chains on this 3rd and long From the gun on third down, Iamaleava grabs it in the middle. Good effort, but he's going to come up a little bit short. It'll be fourth down and 1. Fourth down and 1, and they'll go for it. Needs it. There's some daylight. And he's brought down, but he picks up the first down, and the gamble pays off. So they move the sticks on the one. Let's see what they do with this one. Iamaleava on the play action. Finds his tight end.
And that's why play action is going to be big in this game. You saw how it just frees the second level of that defense just for a second and allowed the tight end to work himself vertically down the field. But how about this guy after the catch, right? So hard to bring down. What a weapon.
They're going back to the ground. And a little pass. Defense comes up with a stop, but not before he moves the chains and takes it inside the 10 to the 8. Notre Dame has it now, first and goal. They'll move the tight end. A first down run on the doorstep. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
First down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
And again, finds nowhere to run. Maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage this time.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on third here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a yard to go. I got to be physical.
He'll be stopped short, could not drive his way into the end zone, and now they're faced with fourth and goal. They converted fourth down earlier on this drive, and now they'll try it. Has it! In the end zone! And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. That last drive covered 52 yards on their way to the score. And they finish it off with a short plunge into the end zone. And he takes this from inside the 5. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. The first snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Tells the run, wants to pass. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over it.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if you can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
Hit and drop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Here comes Navy back to the line after picking up the first down. He gets nothing, and they keep plowing ahead with the running game, and they've got very little to show for it. The play fake. In the backfield, it's Robinson. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Love the play by the defense. They just did a good job understanding where the running back was on that play. After the catch, they're able to make the tackle right away, and now they've set up third down.
Really strong job by the defense. A negative play on third down. Navy will have to punt it away. On the return. He's got great speed. Well, they finally stopped him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. Iamaleava. Going long. Intercepted. start on the ground with Robinson. Swamped immediately. After getting knocked back to open this drive with 2nd and 12. Oh, he's got some space. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They want to run this quarterback. And they get to him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 2.
And man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. Hey, no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Drops back. It's Hartman. They're all over it. And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense. Navy will have to punt it away. Not a lot of room to make this catch. And the returner will be brought down. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
They can really be aggressive after that last play at 2nd and 3. Making the adjustment on the play. Play fake. Nico Iamaleava fires to the big fella. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down. Notre Dame lines up quickly.
Well, the defense makes the tackle. They give up the first down. They've now got to communicate the next play call. They can't substitute because the offense is going fast.
In traffic, it's Gilbert. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The Fighting Irish call their first timeout. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Moving into scoring territory at the 36 on first down. Here's Iamaleava to throw. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Looking to throw, it's Iamaleava. Finds the tight end. Brought down at the 21-yard line, a 15-yard pickup, and they are in prime position to get points now. Notre Dame coming to the line with another first down. They'll try the right side. They pulling down at the 17 after a pickup of 3. The Irish trying to strike gold in this red zone trip. Back to pass on 2nd down. Fires into the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. They've extended the lead and taken control here in week 9. The kick is up and good and put 1 more on the lead.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
Here comes the Navy offense ready to go on the attack. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty damn quickly.
Stopped at the 43 after the 15-yard pickup. Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. Run inside. It's Robinson. And he's brought down after a short gain. Guys, we have a second here to talk about Navy. I'm sure you guys saw a great pickup in the backfield. 3-star running back gave a verbal last week. And getting good talent like this really what programs at this level need to thrive on.
It's pivotal, Reese. And now you got a big commitment at the running back spot with those 3 stars. And now you start to build a class around him. Get everybody else excited. This is how you build a program.
Sets his feet. It's Hartman. Got the back over the middle. They've got it inside the 40 and the 39 as they pick up the 1st down. Navy is clicking on all cylinders right now. Here's a give to Robinson. Breaks into the open. Got the 1st down. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. On the option. Knocked down immediately at the line of scrimmage. This drive facing a little adversity on 2nd and 11. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. They'll power it inside with the fullback. They stop him in his track, tried to sneak that fullback loose, and nothing doing.
And listen, it's tough. It's a tough proposition. This is a top 10 defense against the run. You know they're physical. You know who they are. But you're not going to bat an eye. And you're going to challenge your guys, especially in the red zone, to be more physical, to be able to continue to run the football against a really good defense.
He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a 1st down.
Hey, man, that's a frustrating end to that play. And I say that, man, because you need to give me everything you have. Like, I can't run out of bounds. I got a chance to maybe get the 1st down, lower my shoulder, be physical. My team needs a couple more yards to get the 1st down. And dude chose to go on that.
And they are stopped on 4th down. That decision will be questioned. Throwing, Imaniama. He's going to fire deep. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. 2nd and long here. Hits inside. It's Mobley. Nowhere to go. The defense uses a timeout. That's their 1st. They'll take a moment to gather their thoughts and put together a plan for this 3rd down play. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. Throws to the wideout. Perfect timing on the hit to keep him from making the grab, and the defense forces a 4th down. Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. He gets a block. Little pressure on the coverage team there. They'll stop him at the 47-yard line. Let's go down to the sideline and Holly.
Hey guys, checking in from the midshipman sideline. I can tell you this crowd has played a factor early in this game. On the road, in a hostile environment, they have not been able to get going in this game. They have failed to score, not productive on their early drives, and they are talking about how the crowd noise is impacting them. I see them talk to each other, trying to tighten things up with the line of scrimmage. This is a factor. This crowd is making a big difference here so far. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. Nowhere formation, see how the D reacts. Scanning the field, it's Hartman. Here comes the heat. He's going to take off. Third down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. Obviously didn't like what he saw on first down, and they used the timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Knocked down in the backfield, 2 yards behind the line. Notre Dame will now use its second timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. On play action. He is sacked way behind the line of scrimmage. It's just a catastrophic play there. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. He'll be stopped short, and they'll force a fourth down. The Irish use their third and final timeout. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. Navy will have to punt it away. Make sure that there's not going to be a return on this one. Ball's out of bounds, and I think they'll mark it right around the 25. Howie, what do you have?
Here on the Notre Dame sideline, players are really starting to feel this momentum. They've got a big lead here in this game, and they were expected to be just where they are. Guys are talking to each other. Keep eating, keep eating. I know they want to finish this game off strong with the big lead. They're starting to have a little fun down here on the sideline. Guys?
Appreciate that, Howie.
Great job by the defense here, rallying to this wide receiver and making the tackle. He is dangerous. They don't want to let this receiver get behind them, but they know that when he makes catches, they better rally quickly and get this guy on the ground. He is fast.
Quarterback changing the play. Iamaleava. Oh, pressure's coming. Caught. Give him 9 on that one. Sets up a 2nd and 1. Notre Dame trying to keep this drive moving on 2nd and short. Dropping back. It's Iamaleava. Stands in and takes the hit. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Play action. Iamaleava. Let's it fly. Gets the ball right to the 50-yard line, and that'll be enough for a first down. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
And week 9, go time. So let's get down to business with a notable update from the world of college football. We get right to it with Indiana taking on the number 8 team, the Penn State Nittany Lions. And it's the Hoosiers with a double-digit lead. You can't count out the opposition, but I'd say the defense looks awfully stout so far. Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside the Big 12.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. As we start the second half, what do you have for us, Holly?
Guys, I caught up with Notre Dame's head coach coming out of the locker room. Coach pointed out in the locker room that with these big rivalry games, momentum can shift. Even though they've gotten off to a great start here, even though they did win this same game last year, this is a new moment, a new focus, and a new intensity coming out of the locker room. I'll keep you posted on how things feel down here on the field in this big rivalry matchup. Back to you.
Holly, thank you.
And those are the ones you just want to pull it back in as soon as you throw it as a quarterback, because you know he was open, I had him, I just put too much underneath it and missed out on a big play.
Long way to go on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Mobley. Several defenders there to get him on the ground.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
They'll have to push the ball down the field here on 3rd and long. Quarterback signaling to his guys. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Play fake, Iamaleava. Under pressure, and he gets rid of it.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten...
Guys, look at this. They're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th and long. Fourth down, Iamaleava. Rush right in his face. They get the completion, but it won't be nearly enough as the defense is there to stop him short. Running backs on either side of the quarterback. He'll do it himself. Fouls through the defense.
You know, the problem with calling option is that you can't limit the hits on your quarterback, and he got absolutely leveled by the defender on that one. Now you got to wonder how many more times this coordinator wants to call that play.
Doing it himself again. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lane.
Fires deep toward the end zone. Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive.
They were probably thinking 4-down territory with a 3rd and short, so the quarterback is licking his chops thinking there's no way the defense is going to be thinking I'm taking a deep shot down the field right now. I've got a home run ball. But give the defender so much credit. He was ready for it, and he snags that out of the air.
Great discipline by this defense. Understanding it's 3rd and short, you might get a short concept. No. Playing the deep ball great with great discipline. I like the way he breaks up the football, gathers the interception, and gets the big 3rd down stop.
He's piled up 82 yards on the ground, and that's just another routine day for this guy who's been among the nation's leaders in rushing all season long. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. And they'll come to the line with less than a yard to go. Quick give, it's Mobley across the 25. And he stopped, brought down at the 18, and it'll be enough for the 1st down. Notre Dame now operating in the red zone. Making the adjustment. Here's Iamaleava to throw. Going for 6. Finds space on the right. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. On 1st and goal, Notre Dame will try to get it in the end zone. They'll try to get it in with the run. They were all over it.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction, not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
Escapes the pressure going right. And he runs it in for a score. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And here comes the Navy offense. He threw a pick the last time they had it down. They have to take care of the football. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Robinson again. He's past the marker. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line. Navy, after that huge run, might just try to run it right at him again. Turns out it's Upshaw. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. The unproductive 1st down completion now brings up 2nd and long. Tight end now in motion. short. On the move. No gain on the play. They tried to run for it, and that defense was ready. Facing this double-digit deficit here in the second half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on fourth down. Snapped it, and he has to have it. Converts on fourth down, still going. Drag to the ground, but not before. He's converted the fourth down to keep the drive going. Here's an opportunity for this offense in search of its first touchdown. It's 1st and 10. Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down. They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Motion from the back. Looking downfield is Hartman. Lets it fly. Picked off to stop the threat. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Well, this is not what the doctor ordered in terms of starting field position. Throwing, Imaliava. He wants to go deep. Pulls it in down the sideline. Big gain on that one as he stepped out of bounds with a 1st down.
And that's perfect for this offense. Backed up towards your own end zone, make a play to create space, get some momentum going on this drive. Just what the offense needed to start this thing.
Trying to find his man in the middle. And there are flags flying as the pass falls incomplete. We'll see who it's on.
Illegal forward pass. Offense.
So he just lost track of where the line of scrimmage was. The illegal forward pass will wave off the play. Penalty will be accepted. 2nd down, gonna throw it. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. Working a little foot magic on the sidelines, and it'll be enough for the 1st down. The Irish, after the chunk play through the air, back to the line. Imaliava. Looking down the middle. And he throws down the gut of the defense. It's incomplete. I know you want to go to this guy because he's made so many plays for you, but when he's doubled, surely somebody else has a much easier play to make. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. It is plays like that that'll let you pile up some serious passing yards.
What an effort. I mean, the layout to be able to catch the football, keep it off the ground. Nice job by this receiver, and that's why this court
runs it into the house. Touchdown, Notre Dame!
And this is the definition of complementary football. Your defense takes the ball away, and the offense turns those takeaways into touchdowns. Fantastic run, great vision, but this has been so good. Your defense staying aggressive, getting the takeaways, and the offense capitalizing, David, with big plays.
And I wish I could say there was complimentary football on the other side. They've complimented each other, and they both stunk. Like, both sides have been bad. Turning the football over, not scoring, like, dug yourself a huge hole in this football game. They better find something quick, fast, and in a hurry.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Pulls it on the option. They'll give him 4 on the pickup in 2nd and 6. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. The give on the counter. Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the 3rd quarter. We've come to the end of the period, and Notre Dame has the lead. And it hasn't been much of a contest as we take a look at the overwhelming game stats through 3. After swapping ends of the field, they gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on 3rd down. Shakes off the defender. Nowhere to go on that one. He's going to lose 5. Navy will have to punt it away. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. A high kick trying to pin them deep. Not a lot of room to field this one. They stop him shutout. Here's Iamaleava to throw. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. Looking for a man. It's Iamaleava. Unloads to the wideout. He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. He goes down right there, but not before coming up with a big interception.
Reese, I know you're a little bit of a front runner, so you probably would quit. You probably sub yourself out and take yourself out of the game. But I like that they're continuing to fight. Keep fighting. You never know what's going to happen. Actually, you know what? I know you're not going to win, but it doesn't matter. Keep fighting to the very end.
Second and long here. Trying to get the corner. Keeps it on the option. He's wrestled to the ground. They ran the option beautifully, and they pick up the first down. They'll snap it from the 30 on first down. Pulls it. He'll toss it. There he goes. Got enough for the first down. They finally knock him down. What a great pitch and run on the option.
And that's exactly how you draw it up. And that's why the option's so hard to stop. QB, man, draw the defense in. Look at me. I'm the first option. Bam. Next thing you know, he pitches it, gets a positive gain down the field.
Tackled behind the line, and he'll lose one on the play.
They just haven't been able to get much going in this game. The defense has definitely had their number, and here they are late. You're asking yourself, why are they still running the football, trailing this much late in the game? But that's basically a microcosm of how this game has gone.
He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's third and goal. Keeps it himself. Keeps it himself. He'll be stopped right there. They kept it on the ground on third and goal, and it did not pay off. They'll play it safe and try for 3. From the left hash, this one shouldn't be too much trouble. Absolutely perfect. There is a flag on the play, and if this is on the defense,
Offside.
guys, would you take the points off the board here? They'll decline the penalty here, and the result of the play stands. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he's stopped right there. Here come the Irish back on offense. That last drive ended with an interception, and this time it's paramount they take care of the ball. They send the tight end in motion. Throwing, Iamaleava. They'll run the screen. He's out past the 35. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Setting up shop at the 46, first and 10. Wide receiver going in motion. Back to throw, it's Iamaleava. A strike downfield. They bring him down with the big play, will move the sticks. They keep count of their number of explosive plays, and that last one has them set up first and 10 at the 19. Iamaleava rushes on. Avoids the pressure and gets away. He just wisely got rid of that one. The worst thing that can happen to you is to turn it over on first down in the red zone. On second and 10, 4 wide out set, trips right. Nico Iamaleava throwing again. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
They're going to need more of that. They're down multiple possessions today. They need to create negative plays. They need to make plays behind the line of scrimmage, and finally they come away with their first sack.
Here we go. Let's go. Iamaleava from the gun on third down. Throws toward the end zone. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll be fourth down. So they'll send out the field goal unit. He's going to try to punch one through from 45 yards away. Oh, the attempt is no good. Because no game is perfect, something has to go wrong, so the coach will have something to gripe about in film. They'll christen this drive from the 28-yard line. Quarterback keeper. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
And I think this offense is all but surrender, right? Like they're down so much, they need to be throwing the football. They want to score a bunch of points to get back in this game, but they got to find something moving forward, man. This was a rough day. This was not a great offensive performance. They got to bounce back the next opportunity, the next moment, because today, it was not a good day.
They pushed it out to the 39 after picking up 5. Offense will try to strike on 1st and 10.
Wide 53! Wide 53!
After the stumble earlier this year, a lot of people wrote this team off. You might be searching for spots on the bandwagon again now.
Yeah, give this coaching staff a lot of credit too, Reese, because they made a few tweaks and adjustments schematically to their personnel as well. They've really now seemed to find a nice rhythm.
And it's hard to find that early in the season, but the good teams figure out who they are, what they do well, and you can tell they're starting to get in the groove, figure out who does what well, and maximize that and accentuate that.
This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis saying goodbye, everybody.